Hello, everybody. Happy 2022. Oh, my goodness. So when I started this YouTube channel back at the end of 2018, if you'd have said to me in 2022, I would still be sat here talking about the shift being upon us, I would have said, don't be silly. The shift is just around the corner. It's going to be happening anytime soon. And here we are at the beginning of 2022. But it has to be said, if you look back on the journey that we have been on over these past few years, it has to be said, it has to be acknowledged that the shift quite clearly is upon us and the split is occurring as we speak. And as I said back in December 2021, the energetic split occurred then. What we're seeing now is it manifesting in physicality. So the physicality of the split is actually playing out now. And it is incredible to behold. If you're wondering why I look like it's Baltic, that's because it is. Not only is it snowing in the UK today, but my heating has also gone down. So I woke up this morning, my children stayed at my mum and dad's house last night. My husband left for work early, got out of bed, started pottering around, let the animals out. And I was thinking, seems pretty cold. And literally there's no hot water. There's no heating. So I'm trying to warm myself up on this mug of English tea. So please excuse me if you see my breath. And please also excuse the fact that I look a bit of a mess because I've not been able to have a shower in order to prepare myself to speak with you wonderful beings of light all over the world because there's no hot water. Oh, that's a good cup of cha. Absolutely. Okay, so where to start? So first of all, Happy New Year, everybody. Hope you all had a great one. If it was anything like my New Year, last year I worked way too hard on behalf of Source, obviously, and tired myself out and ended up, without realizing it, because I was working so hard, because I was running 2 courses every month, as well as seeing clients for sessions, as well as homeschooling my children, as well as doing all of the other things that we do, my frequency had dipped quite a lot. I'd not had time to go out in nature. I'd not had time to do self-care, to meditate, to exercise, to do any of those things that invigorate the body and the soul. And I also mixed with many people's energies last year through training multiple people that were of a different resonance to mine, and that really depleted my energy stores. And I didn't realize how tired and exhausted I was until I actually got out into nature over Christmas. And as soon as I got into the woods, I just burst into tears. And my husband and my kids were like, is everything okay? And I was like, oh my God, I have forgotten how amazing the frequency of nature is and Gaia. So yeah, I'm not going to be doing that this year. I'm going to make sure that I get out into nature, that I constantly stay connected to my soul, because my soul is very connected to Gaia, to the planet. And so I must not haul myself away. And it's very difficult, isn't it, as light workers and starseeds, because we are very affected by other people's energies and by other people's resonances. And when we go out there, it was difficult enough before all of this craziness kicked off, but now it's even more difficult when we go out there. And I had absolutely 1,000%. I had whatever it is that's going around. We're not going to name it. I had it in November. I was really poorly. And then I was only just coming out of the tail end of that when I got a second one. Having another slip, do apologise, especially if it's noisy, which it could well be because I'm mic'd up. Tried very hard not to swallow too hard there. That's another video. Yeah, so I got really, really poorly again just before the onslaught of December, and spent much of the Christmas holidays just trying to recalibrate and to bring my frequency back up again. But what I will say is this, having mixed with many people around the Christmas period, it was very, very, I don't even know what the word is, wonderful, I guess, to see that many people are starting to wake up. Many people that I never ever thought I would see wake up are starting to question what is going on. I met up with a lot of people actually in the lead up to Christmas, a lot of people that I've not seen for many years, and they were all starting to ask me questions about what I thought was going on with the various things that are happening on the planet. So I feel like I've helped to wake quite a few people up over the solstice period. I also had a wonderful meetup with light workers and some of my practitioners for SCHH in the UK over the Christmas period, and that was great to actually physically meet real live people and sit in a cafe and eat and drink and talk about awakened topics. And you could feel all of the people that were around us in that cafe were thinking, what's going on there? Why are they so happy? Why are they not wearing masks? Why are they all laughing? So that was great to meet up with people over the Christmas period. Literally, we met up the day after solstice, and the energies were still great. And it was wonderful to meet some people face to face for the first time that I've met in this medium, through the medium of technology, but I've never really met in real life. And everybody always looks different in real life, don't they? One of the first things people will ever say to me is, God, you're so small. I thought you would be much bigger than that. I'm tiny. I'm only 5'2", just. And then my husband, who also came with me on the light worker and the practitioner meeting, is 6'3". So he's really, really tall and I'm really, really small. And everybody always seems to find that quite humorous as well. Now, I have a bit of exciting news to share. My husband, Mr. Whitworth, also became a clinical hypnotherapist and psychotherapist last year. So he is now qualified in the same modality as myself. And after he qualified in his clinical hypnotherapy and psychotherapy, he then came on my training course, and he is now trained in soul center healing hypnosis. And he actually conducted a session on me yesterday. And so today's session that I'm going to share, 1515, just have to say that when I see a number that's sequential. I'm seeing them all the time at the moment, 13, 13, 15, 15, 22, 22, obviously 11, 11, all the time. They seem to have come back. So I'm guessing that that's the universe telling me that I'm back in flow because I've been out hugging trees all over the Christmas period. Yeah, so anyway, I digress. My husband has trained, and so he will be starting to offer sessions out as well as myself. He will also, once he's progressed with his experience and done many more sessions, he will also be helping me with the training moving forwards. And when we finally find the right place to create the soul center in the UK, which I'm hoping to get somewhere as close to the heart chakra of Gaia as possible that's situated in the UK. Once we find that place, I'm going to start holding face-to-face retreats on that land as well. So if you're in the UK or you can travel to the UK, you can come and stay with us and do the training actually on our land. And I'm hoping over time to build up a community of people who actually we all live together. And that's where the Soul Centre will be born out of, because hopefully all of the healers will attract all of the healers, and where we are will be known as a place of healing. And I believe that's why I am situated in the UK, even though it's miserable and dreary and cold, and you always have to wear these ridiculous jumpers that everybody over in the hot countries are always going, what's that you've got on? It's got a lot of material around the neck, hasn't it? Yeah, you need that material because it's freezing. But I am centered in this place where it's lush and green, beautiful green forests, beautiful green landscapes, green ferns, rolling hills, because we have the heart chakra of the world here. And this is where my mission, I'm being guided to create one of the soul centers for healing hypnosis. And I really do believe that there will be many of these that pop up all over the world. Oh, it's a really good cup of tea. Got coconut milk in it, and it just gives it that extra edge. If you've never tried it, try it. English tea with coconut milk, it's superb. So this particular session that I'm going to share with you guys today is a session that my husband conducted on me. So it was really, really nice for me to experience that, because I have been hypnotizing my husband for many, many years. So to have that role reversal was pretty great. A couple of things that I want to mention before I go into today's session is I got sent this wonderful book. I got sent two of these actually before Christmas. New Earth Children, an A to Z by Lahani Williams. And it is superb. It's full of wonderful pictures that your child will connect with in terms of accessing their heart space and the energy of the new earth and the new earth vibration. And my children absolutely love it. And in particular, my 4-year-old, because she's learnt the alphabet, but we're in that process at the moment where I'm trying to really drill the alphabet into her. So this book is great because we can go through all of the letters, and she's starting to read as well, my 4-year-old as well. She's doing really well. And we're starting to be able to read some of these short passages together as well. And there's some really great concepts that are discussed in this book. Absolutely fabulous, fabulous pictures. And if nothing else, just flicking through this book, it really, really does help you to access the magic that is within all of us. So if you have children and you're wanting to open up the topic of New Earth with them, and you're not really sure how to do it, this is a perfect way, because the pictures in and of themselves are really, really wonderful. And there's some great topics of discussion in here as well. So you can buy this off of Amazon. And again, it's New Earth Children, an A to Z by Lahani Williams. You can get it off Amazon. So I just wanted to give this wonderful lady a shout out because I thought that was fabulous. And also as well, I'm going to give these guys a shout out because they just sat looking at me because I was eating them earlier. This might only be for guys in the UK, but if you are vegan and you struggle to get really, really great sweets, and if you're like me and you can't eat wheat, so you have to have gluten-free, there is some fantastic sweets. Now, I don't normally eat sweets as a rule because I like to eat food that literally contains life. But it is Christmas and we have all been a little bit naughty, haven't we? So over Christmas, I have been eating these, and it's the vegan candy man. The vegan candy man. And again, I did actually buy these off Amazon. And it's the gluten-free mix. So specifically gluten-free mix that I've been eating because I can't have anything that contains wheat. And they are gorgeous. They've got all the really retro sweets in. You know, even those candy necklaces that we used to have when we were kids, cola bottles, all the gorgeous fizzy ones, the fizzy cherries. It's making my mouth salivate just talking about them. Excuse me. There are lots of really great gums in there as well. And if you know what it's like to be gluten-free, you can't get any good sweets that have got a good bite, that bite you back when you chew them. These guys do. So they're worth it. The vegan candy man. And this is a kilogram bag, gluten-free mix. Excellent stuff. And by the way, nobody ever, the people that I give a shout out to, nobody ever pays me or bribes me, or, you know, there's none of that. If I'm going to give somebody a shout out, it's from my heart, and it's because I genuinely do think that when I've got their product, that I've enjoyed it, or that their product is great. So just thought I'd mention that. So the vegan Candyman has got no idea that I'm talking about him on YouTube. Hopefully that's a good thing. Okay, so final thing to mention is I reduced the prices of my training and my sessions in December, and I will be keeping those reduced prices in place for the time being. And so the reason I'm doing that is to make the training more accessible. I want as many people as possible to be able to do this work and to help in this way. And so I have reduced the training from 777 down to 444. So 444 British pounds if you would like to train to be able to do what I do. If you would like to have me as your mentor, to have access to be able to speak to me whenever you wish regarding your practice, then please do come on the training course. My training courses are comprised of many parts: a comprehensive manual, a comprehensive script document that has all of your scripts that you need. I will give you my book that you can give to your clients, the PDF guide that helps them to understand how to visualize. You'll have access to all of my videos, to the videos that I use as training tools from my clients that have agreed that I can share their session for the purposes of training. You get 7 beginners videos that teach you the basics of past life regression and quantum travel. You get 24 advanced videos that not only go into greater detail regarding what you can do within the technique to heal trauma from this life, to heal trauma from grief, to remove entities or energies that should not be there that are attached to your client's physical form. And I go into great detail on the advanced videos about entity release. You also get the 3 days live training with me, in which there is a lot of teaching that is done, but also I will demonstrate these techniques live so that you can see them in real time and then interact with me after regarding any questions that you may have around that. You get added into the Telegram group for networking purposes. There are separate groups for the very experienced practitioners and the beginners. you get your certificates, 2 certificates, one to say you've been trained in online past life regression, and one to say that you are certified in my technique, which is soul center healing hypnosis. And you get access to me as a mentor and help from me for as long as you need it. And if you're interested in that, you can book on my website, which is www.schhhofficial.com. And you can also book a session with me if you would like to have a session. And I have reduced the prices of my sessions at this time to $222. So if you're interested, please do book a session. Okay, I will stop waffling on and I will get into the actual information. This is hot off the press. This was last night, and I spent this morning trying to keep warm in my freezing house by typing this up. Had we have had hot water, I would have spent all morning in the bath. But seeing as though we don't have hot water, you guys now have a YouTube video. So I guess the universe works in mysterious ways. Okay, shut up now, Laura. Here we go. So I go straight into another part of my multidimensional self, which is very ancient, which is inside of the planet, and which is very intimately connected with Gaia. Here we go. As I walk down the path, it's lush vegetation. I'm in a very high frequency place. There's many plants and flowers, and I don't recognize many of them from the lifetime that I am in currently, but they are familiar to me in another place. And as I walk down the path, I feel that I am in this place today with the lush vegetation and the plants, as I have come to think. And I always come to this place when I need to think. Being here helps me to think. I can be myself more in this place where the nature is. I don't have to be the wise one, the high priestess, the knowledgeable one. I don't have to make decisions here. I can just sit and listen and connect very deeply to the flow of energy of the universe which flows through me. I feel it throughout every part of me, and it feels wonderful. And I can just let my soul be free in this place rather than having to focus on making decisions. Everything is connected here. In this place where I am, it is sheer beauty. The vegetation, the plants, the flowers, everything has consciousness and life. Everything is acknowledged as having life running through it. As I sit here in this glade in the garden, connecting to the flowers and the ferns and the large red flowers, I can hear the heartbeat, the life of everything, of the river that is flowing next to me, of the waterfalls that are near me. I can feel the heartbeat, the essence, the life force of the earth itself, of Gaia, and I connect directly into it. And as I connect directly into that life force of Gaia, I draw it up into my very being, and I send it out to everything around me, to the plants, the flowers, the air, the water, the mist coming off of the waterfalls, the birds, the beings. I am one of the oldest beings in this place, and I help Gaia to pass out her energy to the many other parts of herself, because we are all connected here. We are all one. And as you feel this energy flowing through your body, do you get a sense of whether your body is male or female? I am female, the mother energy. Is it a young body or an old body? My body looks as young and as fresh as a maid, yet I am many, many thousands of years old. So this young body that you are in, does it feel healthy? Yes, I feel the life force of the universe coursing throughout me. It flows with the energy of the universe, of which Gaia is a part. And as I'm reading that, I'm thinking to myself, how ironic. There's a part of me that feels the full life force of the universe coursing through it. And there's this part of me on the surface of the planet that most days feels completely knackered. And I need to be able to somehow draw on that energy in a better way of the other part of my multidimensional self. And as you look down at this beautiful body, are you wearing any garments? Nothing on the feet or the legs. We like to connect our feet directly when we walk, that is. A lot of the time, I choose to float. But when I walk barefoot, as we like to connect directly with the mother, which is Gaia. I am choosing to present myself at this time with a very light, sheer robe, and my skin is white, almost luminescent, as it glows with so much light that is contained within it. I have very long hair, always long hair. I am currently presenting with long blonde hair, which is wavy. However, I can change my external experience as I choose. I can choose to have long black hair, long red hair. I can choose to have a different physical form. I can choose to go up on the surface and change my form to fit in with the beings that I am trying to communicate with. I can access this as I understand that I am a part of the all, that we create the creation as a part of source. And so as we do this, I can change my form at will, as I know that I am the creation and everything in it. Tell me, how do you use this energy to help people on the surface? I have been following the people on the surface for, you would say, the beginning of time on Earth. The people have not always been on the surface, but I have watched the outer shell of Gaia begin to express itself, begin to create. I have watched the lands being formed and the oceans, the rivers, the mountains, and the streams. I have watched many beings from different places come and go, seeding the earth with life. And I have watched many humans come and go over and over again. My role on Earth, or in Earth as part of her, is to always be an aid both to Gaia and to Source itself, to aid the energy of the light. I am a friend of Gaia. I support her true wishes and needs. And whilst she has always wanted to be a fair mother to all of creation, she chooses the light in all things. And so whilst many beings have been able to experiment on and in her body. She has chosen many guardians, many stewards that have been able to leave what she is and go into time, as you call it, and effect change. One of my roles is to send pieces of myself into time, into the construct, and affect the flow and ebb, the weave, the tapestry of time, so that the light will win. That is what this one here is doing now, affecting the weave, the tapestry of time, so that the light will win. And although it may seem on the planet right now that the darker energy is winning, it always seems that way, right before the light charges. The darkness is louder. The darkness is aggressive. The darkness takes. The darkness forces. The darkness is very loud. The light respects. The light gives. The light forgives. The light waits. But the light will not ever let the darkness take over. The light always knows that it is light, and at the exact moment, in every part of the infinite dance between the light and the dark, universe, multiverse wide, at the exact moment, the light always knows when to charge. And you are in a very exciting part of this dance between light and dark on the planet right now. And I have seen this dance many times, and I can assure you that the light always wins. And in carrying out this great work, this great assistance for Gaia and for the light, is this something that you do alone, or do you have assistance from others to carry out this work for Gaia? Many, many assistants, many, all is assisting the all. But I have many people who are dear to me. I have my love, that is the masculine part of what I am. And as I nurture, as I care, as I move energy, as I listen, as I connect, he protects, he saves, he collects, he nurtures also. And my role oftentimes is more stationary, where his role will roam a bit further afield in order to ensure that the area in which I work in is kept safe. We work together as a team, always, wherever we are, whichever lifetime we are in. Sometimes we will incarnate in time streams separately, but if the other one is not incarnate in that time stream, they will always keep an eye on the one that is, in order to make sure that they are helped in whatever way is needed, in whatever way is possible. As well as myself and my love, there are many ancient beings incarnated inside of the planet with us. There are many dear, dear friends contained within the consciousness of the crystals on the planet. There are many fairies, elementals, giants, dragons, gnomes, pixies, too many beings, many different beings that help our many incarnated forms throughout all dimensions and all realms on Gaia's form. Because we have many different parts of ourselves incarnated upon Gaia within the time streams affecting change for the light. And all these many different faceted beings, could you explain why these do not present themselves to the surface humans? Different vibrations. The fairies are in a vibration of pure joy, freedom, innocence, sunshine, light, magic, as you call it. And humans have descended into darkness, into density, into fear. There are many of your surface children who have come in as that same frequency as the little ones, as the fairies, and they can see them. There are many of your surface humans who are so melancholy, so morose, so sad, that they can see the spirits, the ones in the planes that have not fully returned. I hope this answers your question. These special beings, did they originate on Gaia, or have they come from other places? Do you refer here to the fairies, the Fae? The Fae originated in a different part of the universe, and they answered the call much as we answered the call, and we came back to the beginning of the time stream of Earth in order to ensure that there was always this pure light, pure high vibration and magic of the fairies available on Earth. And when those humans begin to split very deeply between the two resonances, the two frequencies of consciousness, the ones that are following the high frequency path will begin to resonate more closely with the Fae, the fairies. They will become a closer resonance with the Fae, the ascending humans, and the Fae. These two will be a closer resonance to each other than the resonance between the ascending humans and the humans who have chosen the path of transhumanism. The ascending humans will ultimately join their world with the higher frequency beings, the Fae. And so these myths and legends that you hear of on your world, these creatures of myth and legend that you no longer see them as you have not been in the same resonance with them. So you cannot see them if you are not of the same vibration. The consciousness of humanity descended. When you Earth humans raise your frequencies enough, you will join back in with these magical creatures, and it will be the beautiful, infinite circle. You will meet yourselves again. You have descended down into density on this journey, and you will meet yourselves again, and you will remember when you see the fairies and the dragons and the elementals. You will remember that the wind has consciousness, the oceans, the streams, the mountains, that the planet herself is a living being. When you remember this, you will remember those ages gone by, when you knew this before, but you forgot. And this happens to many souls that choose to descend down into the lower dimensions and refine their diamonds on their journey back to the one true source. These beings that descend down into the lower dimensions, do they do it by choice, or are they lured down? There are many reasons for this. The initial group, as it were, if you will, chose that experience to know more about what they are and what they are not. Source wants to know all that is, and the only way that Source can understand all that is to experience all that is. And so a part of Source has to agree to this experience. So the initial group agrees to play the role of the dark energy, so that the other part of Source, of self, can then have the experience and benefit of the contrast of that differing energy to work with. However, as that progresses, the darker energy, being darker or being service to self, that has a lack of love for others or is only interested in furthering its own cause, will, by its very nature, lure or attempt to lure other souls, other naive energies and essences into joining that same energy. And this is the nature of that energy, as it needs to prove to itself that it is all powerful, that it is growing, that it is taking over, that it is important. So it will always seek to turn others into that same energy that it is itself. However, the problem with that is that this dark energy will very, very quickly, if threatened, turn on itself and eat other parts of itself alive in order to look after itself. So the darkness, although it has the power to lure many other parts of the one in, can very, very quickly implode because there is no love. And that is what Source wants to know. That is what Source wants to experience. That is what Source is interested in. That is what motivates Source to allow all of the creation, to allow free will in this universe. Source wants to know and see what will happen if one allows one part of self to pervade with a lack of love against the other part of love, other part of self that is fueled by love. What will occur? In the sense that some of these humans have actually been deceived by the dark, by the lower vibration, is there any way that the beings such as yourself who aid and spread the light, is there any way these poor unfortunate souls can be helped back to the light and given the opportunity to ascend when the time is right? Is that not what this one is doing here right now? And there are many of you on the surface doing this work, the same as her. This part of me, if you will, that is incarnated in this time stream on the surface right now, is this not what this one is attempting to do? To shine light, to raise awareness, to heal, to educate, by speaking of the things that need to be done, by speaking about what is happening on the planet, by raising awareness of what is to occur. We cannot interfere. We are not allowed to interfere. The light is bound by the ancient rules of the universe, as is the dark, and we abide by these rules always. The darkness bends the rules slightly, albeit still works within them up to a point, as they always show the beings, say for example on this planet Earth, what is really happening. If the beings really want to know what is happening on the planet right now, there is enough evidence to show anyone who is capable of thinking and feeling with their hearts instead of following, to show that everything that is occurring on the surface of the planet right now is not above board. There is more than enough evidence. In fact, to the point of it being almost absurd. It is absurd to those who have open hearts and have awakened to see what others are following so blindly. How can these beings who are allowing themselves to be hoodwinked by the dark ones not see what is happening? But this is all about soul growth, soul evolution. Many, many lesser evolved souls need this experience, need to go through what they are about to go through, need to understand that excessive pride and ego does not always lead to a satisfactory end. And had they have listened to many, many of their friends and family, good people, and had they have opened their hearts and at least heard their loved ones out and considered the possibilities, then they would have been able to make a more informed choice. At this time, the dark ones quite clearly show you, all of you children, what they are doing. They show you in videos, in movies, in groups of sheep forming the outline of a needle. They show you what they are doing and what they think that you are. All is laid out before you. However, it is the ability of the heart at this point, heart energy, to recognize what feels right and what does not feel right. And those who are choosing to follow what your governments call science will find themselves going down the same timeline, the same path as the people before them, the timelines of Atlantis, where all feeling, all heart connection, all compassion was thrown to the side in the name of science, to see what could be created in the name of science, to see what could be endured by humans and beings in the name of science. Well, the humans are about to find out once more, and hopefully this time they will learn what can be endured and what will occur in the name of science. What do we need to know about the shift to the new fifth dimension and also what is about to occur on this planet for yourself and for this one and for your family? You need to continue what you are doing, continue healing people and being positive beacons of light. You need to keep putting that positive energy out there for your new healing place that you will manifest. You need to move to this place and put positive energy and love into the vegetables. Convert the barns into training centers, buy the yurts, set up a community, teach, love, and connect, and shine the light. This is all you need to do, and your ascension is assured. You will vibrate your way into the new dimension through that route. And many other people are doing the same as you in other countries. Many people who are of the light are incarnated in different countries and are all following the same path that you are now. They are doing the same for Gaia. They are all being guided, being set up, being called to set up hubs of light in all of the different land areas. You all have your roles and you are all doing it. All of you beavering away, creating your little hubs of energy, your frequencies of energy that will eventually join together to create the vibration of light of the new dimension, the new earth. For the rest of the people that have chosen, some may say, unfortunately, but nothing is unfortunate because it is all gladly experienced by Source. For the people that have chosen the other major timeline, the bifurcation of existence, they will become sadder, weaker, less connected to the planet, more vulnerable, more full of toxins, more poisoned, less full of light, until their souls give up, and they will very easily, at that point, exit. The ones that manage to remain will become so full of AI and nanobots and graphene oxide, and so controlled by a technological frequency that they can no longer be described as organic humans. They will literally morph through technology into another species entirely. So this is two timelines. One for the organic human to realize along its way that it has become unhooked from the planet and to get reconnected to the planet, to realize what is food and what isn't food, to realize what should be taken and what shouldn't be taken, to realize what should be ingested and what should not be ingested, to put love front and center and to march down that road. And the other side of the crossroads, the other side of the split, of the bifurcation, is for the human that has chosen to meld with technology. And that is as much as I have managed to transcribe today. So I hope that helped some of you. I hope that has helped anchor some of you back into the organic timeline, if that is the timeline that you choose. And if you choose the other timeline, then you have my full respect. And Source wants to experience everything. For me, I choose to experience being an organic human on the organic new earth, to build a community of light, to experience that deep and full connection with humans once again, with the awakened human, to reconnect with the fae, the dragons, the unicorns, all of the magical that we call magical creatures that are simply creatures of a higher resonance than we have currently been. I choose to grow organic vegetables. I choose to show and empower humanity through the use of hypnotherapy, that you can heal anything in the physical form through believing it and knowing it right here, and through connecting to the other parts of all that you are throughout time, space, reality, and dimension. If you would like to learn with me in this new Earth year, Soul Center Healing Hypnosis, please go to www.schhofficial.com and you can sign up for either the February or the March classes on there. In both February and March, I am doing the live classes on the 2nd, 3rd and 4th. So 2nd, 3rd and 4th of Feb, 2nd, 3rd and 4th of March. Please do come and meet me, come and train with me, and join the Soul Center Healing Hypnosis family as we move into this new space. And I will be marching forwards this year in my wider mission, fuller mission, which is to create a hub of light within the geographical space that I am located in on the surface of planet Earth, and to begin the process of creating the Soul Center for Healing Hypnosis in the UK, where the heart chakra of Gaia is based. Hope you are all vibrating high. And if you haven't been, get out into nature, hug a tree, reconnect with Gaia, and she will absolutely reassure you that all is well. Till the next time I connect with you guys, make sure you keep vibrating high. Love you all infinitely across time and space, and I will speak to you soon. Take care, my loves. Bye-bye.